All right, here we are, game two of this best of two between the Princeton High Tiggers and the Princeton High Tigers. Get right on into this draft. We take a look at the bans from both sides. Tigers going to ban out the Morphling Jug, Alchemist, and Sand King. And for the side of the Tigers, they're going to ban out the Bounty Hunter, Storm, and then the Darkseer, as well as the Phantom Assassin. The first two picks from both sides, Kunkka and Omni Knight for the Tigers, and Princeton High Tigers choose to go with the Naga Shadow Demon. So, looks like it could be a core Naga. Naga can always fall into that support role. And Axe gets picked up by the Tigers. The good thing here is if Naga does go into that support role, it's not all too bad. The song is going to bail you out on a lot. So, Naga and Shadow Demon as your two supports is never too bad. And you choose to go with the support role Naga, you can go into a Luna with the Shadow Demon. They don't have that Morphling. The Juggernaut is already banned out, but Shadow Demon, if that Naga does choose to go with a core role, is going to be crazy. Manta, Disruption, Illusions, it's going to be pretty hard for Tigers to stop a high ground siege if it comes from the Tigers, especially if they play the same way they did in Game 1. But they've chosen to go with Kunkka Omni Knight as their two supports and Axe as their offlaner, while Tigers choose to go with Bat Rider as their offlaner. And the way they've drafted it out, Naga, Shadow Demon, Bat Rider, it makes me kind of think that maybe the Naga is in that support role. So OD gets picked up by the Tigers, so solid lineup, Axe and OD. Just got to see how it works out for them. And if now, they might go with a Drow. Drow is probably going to be your last ban from the Tigers. If not, you could be in a lot of trouble. And then for the Tigers, we'll see what they want to do in their mid and possibly safe lane. So, take a look. Going into their reserve time, about 2 minutes left. Naga, Shadow Demon, Bat Rider. Maybe try to work with a Sven in that lineup. In terms of supports, you could see a Crystal Maiden come out with the lockdown from the lasso as well as the ensnare. Bat Rider and Naga with the Crystal Maiden could be solid, but they go with the Pudge in their fourth pick. So that is a core Naga Siren. Shadow Demon and Pudge going to be your supports. Pudge more in a roaming role. And Bat Rider your offlaner. So now they just need a mid. Meanwhile, Tigers, they're in need of a safe laner. They could always throw OD in that safe lane and end up going with something else mid. So they ban out the sniper. Don't think that would be the move from the Tigers here. And I would say the Tigers should definitely ban out that Drow. But again, they don't need that Drow. They're melee other than the OD, so Drow may not even be the best pick for them. Safe lane, they could go something like a Sven. Sven works on both sides. Or maybe even a Weaver. Or a Lifestealer would be solid too, but it's going to get banned out. So last picks come from both sides.
10 seconds remaining.
This isn't exactly a Drow lineup at this moment for the Tigers.
Reserve time.
So we now go into reserve time. You need a mid lane for Tigers. They could go with the Templar Assassin. Wouldn't be a bad pick. So 50 seconds remain. Let's see what they choose to do. Tigers. Time is now. Templar Assassin, a solid mid. Sniper got banned out. Jug banned out. Alchemist banned out. Could go Storm for even more lineup, but not a smart play going into an OD. Or an Axe. Venom mid. Wow. Okay. Alright, Veno, it should be your mid laner, and I don't think Pudge up against OD is really going to do all too much. I do know that OD is going to be in trouble if he does get hooked. Venomancer with Gale getting maxed out first. Or early, or leveled early, is going to spell trouble for OD.
Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
So now Tiggers, they need their move. Maybe they choose to put that OD in the safe lane. Don't want to be up against the Pudge-Veno combo, but they're going to choose to go with a Slark. I don't know. Maybe not too sure about that. Song sets up the lasso, sets up the hook, sets up the dismember. With disruption, there is a lot of lockdown for this Slark. So Kid Papu is going to be on the Venomancer mid. Cafe is going to be offlane with that Batrider. Supports Big Boy and I like Plat Shadow Demon and Pudge counter respectively. S-Max on that safe lane Naga Siren. And then you've got Slark being played by Wheelie. Death Megatron offlane with the Axe. Batrider disconnects. Crapped in Fabulu on the Kunkka. Actually, Wheelie now going to be on the OD. So Dirty Dan on the Slark. So they might... Dirty Dan was the safe laner. Yeah, so they switch it up. And then Pingu with the Omni Knight. So, movement coming out from the side of the Tigers on the Radiant side once again. Tigers Dire. And if this goes, again, the way it did in the first game, it should be a pretty quick game for the side of the Tigers. So just waiting for the bounty rune up top. OD, Slark, and Kunkka down low. 4 from the side of the Tigers, and up top is going to be that Batrider Cafe. He's put himself a pretty solid ward. See that gank if it comes from the side. We'll see what's what. So is Pingu going to sit back, block this creep wave? No. But Death Megatron is. This time, Death Megatron, you need that ult. You need the dunk. Don't wait till level 10 to pick that up. Right before the game ends. So Dirty Dan up top with this Slark. He's going to be joined out by the Kunkka. Crapped in Fabulu. He's going to be up against Cafe and the Batrider. And Batrider can be aggressive early on. A couple stacks of Sticky Napalm as well as the Firefly could burn you down, especially the Kunkka. Take a look over mid. We do have the OD up against that Venomancer. Down low and aggressive tri-lane of the Shadow Demon, Naga, and Pudge. And Pudge is going to try and push away this Axe. He takes Rot level 1, not Hook. We'll see how he does. It's going to be a tri-lane up top here, too, with the Omni Knight, who's just there really for the purification. So getting those stacks of Sticky Napalm just about level 2. If he's not too careful, could spell trouble. Don't think they're really going to get anything down on this Batrider. And if they're not trouble themselves, they could be in a world of hurt once he grabs level 2. We take a look down low. Axe Getting messed with on all sides by this tri-lane down low by the Tigers. And we take a look over mid as we don't have last hits or denies on the board, as it is 7-0 for this Venomancer and 4-0 for the OD. So we get another pause. Sark pauses. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Axe. It's actually going to be him, and let's see. We'll have to see what happens here. We'll take a look at these lineups. You know, Sark is going to be hard to kill. Of course, Pudge, he's going to be able to do a lot here. It really depends on how well his hooks are in the early game to help his team get to the late game. And Axe, how early he gets that blink if he does choose to go blink or Vanguard first. So Torrent not on the money. Meanwhile, down low, Death Megatron. He's just going to be pushed out of this lane 2-0. Trying to stay close by. Pudge going to pick up this bounty rune, trying to get himself level 3 quickly. Going to be able to hook with that rot and with the disruption. Going to be hard for Axe to really do much. So, up top, we take a look. Cafe. Just eating the shots from the Omni Knight. He's level 3, not really getting too much farm at 2-0. Take a look over at Dirty Dan. He's found himself 12-3. He's now level 3. He's here in this tri-lane, so maybe we see a couple rotations come out for the side of the Tigers. It could be good for them. Meanwhile, the Tiggers, they're going to stay in their lanes, and it doesn't look like any rotations are going to come out from them, especially with the Axe trying to get himself possibly an early blink. He's just going to sit here, try and get levels, try and farm away. So 1-1-2 here for the Venomancer, just farming away. 16-2, OD 11-2, not too bad up against this Venomancer. But here come the rotations from the Tigers. Coming over is Big Boy. There's the imprisonment, so there's no more save for him, and there is the disruption. They're going to be looking to grab themselves first blood mid. There's the hook to hit from Big Boy. He's got that rot. They're hitting down on him, and he'll be first blood as Big Boy, for the second game in a row, picks up first blood, this time on the mid laner OD wheelie. So, 1-0 early on for the Tigers. And it's a repeat of last game already happening. So, Cafe just harassing Dirty Dan with the sticky napalm. Not a lot of mana left on him. Meanwhile, we take a look at this Veno, and he is almost level 6. So he's going to be looking to get that Poison Nova out. We take a look down low. Axe, level 5, just about level 6. And if you're wondering, Axe, that is Culling Blade level 6. So there's the disruption coming out on the Axe. Big Boy, he's ready for that hook. There's the call coming out on the Naga with the Battle Hunger. He's down to half health. They're trying to run him down. He's got the spin, and now he's down to about a third health. This might not be the spot for him. Naga, you got to get out of the way so he can get the hook damage, and there it is. He gets a kill. S-Max surviving with 25 health. So the Riptide doing quite a bit of damage to this Axe. Naga almost in the way, and meanwhile, mid, they do get the X, they do get the Torrent. Venomancer is going to fall, and it's 2-1. They actually get a kill this time early on the side of the Tiggers. Does use his ulti Poison Nova. So 2 salves. They look to help out down low as Death Megatron, 15-0, 17-0. He's got a moment to free farm here as Naga has himself walking all the way back to base. Venomancer comes back mid, and Shadow Demon and Pudge, they've turned into more of a roaming support duo. And this is what's going to find them some kills, and it's already done them some good early on. Take a look up top. Naga has actually come into this offlane, giving Axe a moment to farm, and they do not find anything yet down low as nobody's there, and they'll probably just push this tier 1. There's 3 mid for the side of the Tigers. Going back to base is Cafe, and that's probably why the Naga came up here. They're making the rotations on the side of the Tiggers. Cafe's got to go back for mana, and the Naga has a chance to farm. So there's the hook. It's going to land on Wheelie. He's stuck in the trees. He's in trouble. The rot is killing him. And he will fall. Venomancer is going to get credit for that kill on the OD, and that's already 2 deaths early on for this OD. And it is just not looking good again for the mid laner. So level 7 for this Venomancer. Doing okay. Meanwhile, Naga back up top. Has that Aqua with the poor man's shield. Probably going to start farming out that Radiance. And now Axe actually finds the Pudge. This could be trouble for him. He does have the Culling Blade. Purification. Not even going to need it. As he gets one more spin and they find another kill. Pudge goes and falls as he's got himself caught out. So maybe not where you want to be stepping if you're Pudge, going right into the arms of that Axe with 2 supports waiting on the wing. Especially with big nuke damage with the Purification. And now coming up top, Slark comes in. Dirty Danny's going to use that pounce, going to use that ulti to find himself out. Naga okay with the illusions. Using that Riptide to push back the Slark. Slark is level 6, so he's healing up okay. No vision just yet. If they do grab themselves a hook, he could be in a bit of trouble. He does have the Dark Pack and the Pounce, so he might not get stuck in by this Pudge, but it could be trouble. The thing is, you use that Pounce and that Dark Pack once, you are in trouble because you have the Ensnare, you have the Lasso, you have the Disruption, and there's a lot to keep this Slark down. Coming around the sides, on the side of the Tiggers is the Omni Knight as well as the Kunkka Axes here. He's looking for something. Doesn't have Blink. Looking to go for that Vanguard first. Looking for that call. Poison Nova hits him. Here comes the Omni Knight Purification avoided by the Disruption as well as the Torrent. This fight's turning around. Pingu in trouble. He gets hooked up by Big Boy. Here comes the Firefly. Death Megatron. He's going to be the next victim from the side of the Tigers. And it's 5-2. And they get the hook. And Big Boy gets another one. So 6-2. They grab 3. Lose none. And it is early trouble for Tiggers on the Dire side.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So it just doesn't work out again for the side of Tiggers. Dire. Not what you want to see, but you are trying to open up space for Dirty Dan. But the more you give levels to the side of the Tigers Radiant, it becomes trouble for this Slark. You let the Disruption, the Lasso, the Hook, the Song, the Ensnare, it's all there to stop this Slark. So they're just trying to farm the jungle. Dirty Dan trying to find as much farm as he can. He's only got himself Treads, Aqua, Wheelie. He's in trouble. Only has Bottle, Gloves of Haste, and a Null Talisman. Top of the net worth is that Venomancer. 2 Null Talismans looking for the Veil. And then the Naga Siren, who's got Arcane Boots and not going for that Relic just yet. So moving up top, Dirty Dan and Wheelie going to be spotted out by the Plague Wards. Now he's continuing to slow Dirty Dan. Gets pushed back by the Flame Break. And now they think to themselves, maybe they can turn this around. There's the Astral, so there's no save for this OD. Coming around the bend is the rest of the side of Tigers with the double damages. Big Boy gets the hook. No! Gonna split the seams, trying to find the Dismember. Will on the OD, and that spells trouble. He does have the Astral for now. Disruption comes out on Dirty Dan. He's gonna be the next one in trouble. He's getting hit with that flame. With that Firefly, Flame Break hits him again. The ult is there, but not going to be enough. OD and Slark, they're going to be the first two victims, and now the rest of the team is here, but they've got no damage. They've lost their two cores. Death Megatron trying to do something, but he gets hooked out of the call on Kid Papu. So he's trying to look for a kill. He's getting slowed down by the Plague Wards, and now he's going to fall. It's 4 dead. Torrent is going to hit on Cafe, and only Kunkka walks away with his life. He'll be able to go back to the well and tell everybody the tale of this lost battle. Just losing that OD and the Slark, and then coming in after that, it just went really downhill for Tiggers in that fight. And now they're going to lose themselves a tier 1. Meanwhile, down low, S-Max continuing to just free farm. And this is what they did last game. They had the Ursa for it last game. Win that early game, open up the late game for the hero you need to make it to that late game, which was the Morphling in game 1. This time it's the Naga Siren, and you just continue to snowball through this game. You know, everybody says, oh, Naga, going to be a 50-minute game, and that's not true. If you can get a fast Radiance, you have someone to open up that early game, it could be a quick game. All Naga really needs is Song, Radiance, Ensnare, and that's it. And once you get to that point, once you find that power spike, it's more than enough to start making trouble, or at least secure late game on the side of Tigers. They're securing it with the Radiance on Naga, but they're making it not necessary with the movement from the Pudge, the Venomancer, Batrider, and Shadow Demon. So as long as they continue to get these kills, shut down the Slark, shut down the OD, and the Axe, the cores on the side of the Tiggers, they're not even going to need to go into the late game. This matchup has really proven to be very hard for the Tiggers. Tigers doing very well. Here's the reconnect. They've got the G. Looking to start up again. Everybody's here, just waiting. Waiting and waiting and waiting. A lot of pauses today. So just waiting for the unpause. Disconnecting again is the Slark. And it looks as though we are ready to go. So drums picked up for the Batrider. 10-2 is the score. Tigers lead, and that net worth lead is over 5,000 already. Do they have a smoke on them? Maybe looking for more. No smoke on the Pudge. He's looking for that Aether Lens. No smoke on the Shadow Demon. They're just looking to stick his 4, open up the spot for Naga. And the space is there. I feel like this game is going to end before the Naga even gets a Radiance. Just how much they're steamrolling right now. They're going to grab this tier 1 Big Boy Invis mid. They are going to send a TP out. That's going to be the Axe. Axe If Pudge saw that, that could be trouble. The TP's coming in all around from the side of the Tiggers. We'll see if this is the first man fight. If they do have Naga come in for the song to try and set something up on the side of Tigers on the Radiant. There's the Astro to push back this creep wave, lower those creeps, and try and defend and keep this tier 1. Maybe they look for the deny. No blink on this Axe. Looking for the Vanguard very far behind. There's the Invis. Big Boy looking for a hook. Does grab the Axe. There's the call. And now he looks to be in a bit of trouble. There's the lasso coming out on the Omni Knight. And they do grab themselves a kill on the Axe. Poison Nova's there. Boat not going to be on the mark. They do kill this Omni Knight. There's the Veil coming out on Wheelie. There's the hook. Gonna miss. There's the Sanity's Eclipse. Still not killing anybody just yet. Bat Rider's still alive. There's the Astro Imprisonment. He's still surviving. 3 dead on the side of Tiggers. And it is not the engagement Tiggers were looking for. They're just trying to save that tier 1, and they can't. But again, this is a fight where you don't need the Naga. Naga at 2,500 gold, grabbing a tier 1 by himself. And now there's the TP, but Song TP out. You're not going to get yourself a kill. And Naga's found an escape. Yeah, Song's down for 180 seconds, but prior to that Song, we've looked, and he hasn't needed that all that much. And with how well the side of Tigers are rolling, he probably won't need it in these next 180 seconds anyway. So Astro to push back the creep wave. Big Boy looking for a hook. Not even Delta forming out of there as OD gets hit by the hook. One more shot and he'll fall. So dominating is this Shadow Demon. Big Boy is going to TP out. Boat's going to hit nothing. Slark's going to be disrupted, and Shadow Demon, he's there with the Shadow Amulet. They're looking for a kill. There is the Sentry, and Shadow Demon will fall, and the dominating spree will go to Slark. Not someone you want to give it away to, but you are still ahead. And again, let's look. Space still being created. Here comes Bat Rider with the Firefly. There's the call, trying to TP out. Can he get the lasso? He does. And another one bites the dust as Death Megatron will fall. So 15-3. It is still not that great for the side of Tiggers. So we take a look at the net worth once again, now at 10,000, where they were at before. The hook just misses from Big Boy on that OD. Moving targets a little bit harder. Pingu gonna get spotted, and already there goes the Sentry. There goes the Ward. Another 100 gold for Cafe, and they're keeping the vision away. Aether Lens is picked up by Big Boy. We take a look over at the Naga, still looking for that Relic, slowly coming up on it. Not really all that needed for the rest of the team at this moment. Kid Papu, he's doing okay. As the Invis with the Veil. Moving forward is Big Boy. Might find a hook on the OD. And they do find him. There's the pounce on Big Boy. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Can they get the disruption out on him before he goes down? One more, and there's the dunk. Sanity's Eclipse. Dirty Dan gets the pounce. Defensive disruption coming in is the Bat Rider, pushing back both the OD and the Axe. Down goes Slark. Down goes OD. Axe trying to run away as well as the Omni Knight. And both of them have done so successfully. So 17-4. More net worth going the way of the Tigers. And Sacred Relic, we're there. 17 kills without a Naga Siren. What happens when the Naga does join the fight? You're losing fights 4v5, and I don't know how you expect to win fights 5v5, and then there will be a Radiance. So that fight was a little sloppy, but again, the fights really depend on if Big Boy gets a couple of hooks, and he fell early on. So it wasn't really on him all too much. They'll push this tier 2. Not too much tower pushing ability from the side of Tigers on the Radiant side. And up top is this Axel TP. Back moving forward is Kunkka. Not too sure you want to be there. Blink Dagger finally picked up on this axe as... Did he sell his Ring of Health? He must have, right? And meanwhile, Wheelie in a bit of trouble. He used that Astral Imprisonment. He gets hooked up by the Pudge with the Dismember. Boat saves his life. The Rum's going to keep him alive for now. Nobody dead just yet. Dirty Dan's trying to look for more. Here comes Death Megatron. He's trying to find himself a call. Kid Papu might be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes Cafe. They're going to kill off this axe first. They're looking for more. There's the Torrent. Not going to be on the mark. And now he's going to fall 4 dead on the side of Tiggers. And nobody goes down on Tigers. So no Roche, just fights. And Radiance is finished on Naga, and Naga will continue to farm. Blink Dagger now here for the Bat Rider. Probably see more successful pickoffs there, as it's been quite easy up to this point. And trying to get them on the back of maybe a Disruption or an Astral Imprisonment. Let's see what they can do. 4 down here for the side of the Tigers. Maybe looking for that Blink Lasso. They do have Radiance with these illusions coming in, burning in. Pingu is going to feel the pain. The poison from Venomancer, and the poison as well as the Radiance is going to be really difficult to deal with. There it is. Blinking Astral on a creep. He gets lassoed up, getting pulled back into his team. Sanity's Eclipse is dropped. Does nothing but sap mana. There's the Torrent, and Hook is going to miss on a TPing target. Guardian Angel is pop. Pingu, Venomous Gale, down he falls, and 2 dead again on Tiggers. So they'll grab a tier 2. And maybe they'll look to push forward for a high ground siege. Disruption, Radiance. Naga is a go. So while that's all happening, Slark's looking for a Shadow Blade, but I mean, he has the gold in a second. It's late. 21 minutes. Not exactly optimal. Illusions will just push out these creep waves, make it harder and harder for Tiggers to do anything. So Shadow Blade is picked up. Meanwhile, up top, Big Boy was looking for Slark. Gonna use that Shadow Blade to escape, and maybe they think about getting a gem. To take this last outer tower. Should be easy. Don't expect any retaliation from the side of Tiggers if they're smart. Naga now has boots of travel, can come right into the fight again. That is not a fight you want to take if you're the side of Tiggers. Maybe you look for a Roche if it's possible, but I doubt it. Just a slow tower push. Coming around the back is Wheelie. Smoke's gonna break. Here comes the axe. He does have himself Blink Dagger. There's the Blink Call. We'll get the Shadow Demon. Here comes Dirty Dan. Boat's coming through. They're gonna get the pounce on. Nobody, and Dismember is there on the Slark with the lasso. Dark Pack breaks him out. Now he's got the hook. They're looking for something. Here comes the song from the Naga Siren. Nobody dead on either side just yet. Dirty Dan's the first to fall. There comes the Blink and the call on 2. There's the Sanity's Eclipse. Still nobody dead on the side of Tiger. They've brought down 3. They're looking for 4. They've got 5. It's a full 5-man team wipe without losing anything for the side of Tigers. And just like that, GG will be called. It's a 2-0 sweep for Tigers over their counterparts in the same school, Tiggers. So that's it. That's the only best of 2 tonight. And we'll be back next weekend. Playoffs coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm your caster, BCop92. That's on Twitter at BCop92 and on Twitch, twitch.tv/gamingforgelt. It'll be in the chat. And thank you guys for watching.